The requirement for approved connectors is valid and should be followed to ensure a safe and compliant installation. The ideal Model 65 purple connectors are the only approved connectors specifically listed for aluminum to copper connections. The original installation used non-approved connectors, which could potentially lead to corrosion and overheating issues. The current installation uses corrosion-resistant compound with standard connectors, which is not an approved method for aluminum to copper connections. Removing the GFCI receptacles would allow for the installation of the ideal Model 65 connectors, but would require rewiring and may not be feasible due to shallow boxes. Installing deeper boxes would provide more space for the connectors and GFCI receptacles, but would require extensive remodeling work. Investigate if there are any other approved connectors that are smaller and more suitable for shallow boxes. Consult with the AHA or authority having jurisdiction and the connector manufacturer for guidance. Installing short pigtails of approved aluminum to copper wire, such as Southwire Romeo bricks, between the aluminum conductors and the GFCI receptacles allows for the use of standard connectors on the copper side. It is important to consult with the authority having jurisdiction to discuss the specific requirements and possible solutions. Consider the feasibility and cost of the various options before making a decision. Prioritize the safety and compliance of the installation over convenience or cost. Ensure that all electrical work is performed by a licensed electrician to meet code requirements. When dealing with aluminum wiring, it's crucial to understand the potential issues it presents when connected to copper components. Aluminum expands and contracts more than copper with temperature changes, which can lead to loosening of connections and eventual oxidation. This oxidation increases resistance, leading to heat buildup and potential fire hazards. Therefore, direct aluminum to copper connections are generally not allowed without proper connectors or methods designed to mitigate these risks. The NEC, or National Electrical Code, sets the standards for safe electrical installations and typically requires the use of connectors listed for aluminum to copper connections when transitioning between these two metals. These connectors are designed to maintain a secure and corrosion-resistant connection over time. When upgrading receptacles, especially to GFCI or ground fault circuit interrupter receptacles in older homes with existing aluminum wiring, several challenges can arise. The original wiring may be in good condition, but the boxes can be shallow, providing limited space for new devices and connectors. GFCI receptacles are often larger than standard receptacles, further compounding the problem. The ideal Model 65 purple connectors specifically listed for aluminum to copper connections are a common solution. However, their size can make them difficult to fit in tight spaces. Using corrosion-resistant compound with standard connectors is not an approved method for aluminum to copper connections. While the absence of significant corrosion or overheating in the original installation might seem reassuring, it does not negate the need for approved methods as per current electrical codes. It's essential to address the issue properly to ensure long-term safety and compliance. Here are a few possible solutions to consider. Firstly, removing the GFCI receptacles may create sufficient space, but this is not recommended as it would eliminate the enhanced safety provided by the GFCI protection. Secondly, installing deeper boxes would require more extensive work, potentially involving cutting into walls and rerouting wiring. This can be costly and disruptive. Thirdly, seeking alternative approved connectors is worth investigating. Check with connector manufacturers and the authority having jurisdiction to see if any smaller connectors are available that are specifically listed for aluminum to copper connections. Another solution is to use aluminum to copper pigtails. This involves connecting a short length of approved aluminum to copper wire, such as Southwire Romeo bricks, to the existing aluminum wiring using an approved connector like the ideal Model 65. The other end of the pigtail, which is copper, can then be connected to the GFCI receptacle using a standard connector. This approach isolates the direct aluminum to copper connection within the approved connector and allows for easier connection to the receptacle. The authority having jurisdiction plays a crucial role in determining the acceptability of electrical installations. It's important to consult with them to discuss the specific requirements and potential solutions for your situation. They may have additional insights or alternative approaches that can be considered. When evaluating different solutions, consider both the feasibility and the cost. Some options may be more expensive or time-consuming to implement than others. However, prioritize safety and compliance over convenience or cost. Electrical installations must meet code requirements to protect against potential hazards. It's highly recommended to have all electrical work performed by a licensed electrician. They have the knowledge and experience to ensure that the installation is done safely and correctly, in accordance with all applicable codes and regulations. Aluminum wiring requires special attention and expertise. A licensed electrician can properly assess the existing wiring, recommend the best solutions, and perform the work to ensure a safe and compliant installation. The key takeaways are that approved connectors must be used for aluminum to copper connections. The ideal Model 65 purple connectors are a common solution, but their size can be a limiting factor. Aluminum to copper pigtails offer a viable alternative by isolating the direct aluminum to copper connection within an approved connector. Consult with the authority having jurisdiction and a licensed electrician to determine the best approach for your specific situation. Remember, safety and compliance are paramount when dealing with electrical wiring. Addressing aluminum to copper connections properly will help ensure the long-term safety and reliability of your electrical system.